You talking to me? Robert De Niro has 3 penthouses in New York City, so he decided to drop by the courthouse outside of the Trump trial to bless us with his unwanted opinions.
I mean, this is really, even these people over here are it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. And this.
You know what's crazy is you said F Donald Trump before anyone started chanting F Joe Biden, and you did it on television.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert De Niro.
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck Trump. It's no longer down with Trump, it's fuck Trump.
That's how left Hollywood has become. All you have to do is say F Trump and you get a standing ovation.
This thing, Donald Trump, has created this. He should be telling them not to do this.
Fuck Trump!
But he's just, he wants to sow total, he wants to sow total chaos, which he's succeeding in some areas and places to do. Anyway, beside all that, this is my neighborhood, downtown New York City. I grew up here and feel at home in these streets. I feel comfortable. The Twin Towers fell just over here.
Yeah, of course he feels comfortable and safe here. Look at all these bodyguards surrounding him.
Over there, this part of the city was like a ghost town, but we vowed we would not allow terrorists to change our way of life. And we started the Tribeca Festival to bring people back. I love this city. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world.
Wow, this guy's an old shitbag, huh? New York really is one of the meccas of America, the Statue of Liberty, the site of the 9/11 attacks. It is a melting pot. It's too bad it's being run into the ground by the Democrats.
But we vowed we would not allow terrorists. I owe this city a lot. And that's why it's so weird that Donald Trump is just across the street. Because he doesn't belong in my city. I don't know where he belongs.
Do you know who doesn't belong in your city? All the immigrants. Illegal immigrants we keep busting up there. Hey, Robert, I know you have like 7 properties. Are you going to take any of them in? Because they belong in your city, but I don't see you holding out your arms to any of them.
But he surely doesn't belong here. We New Yorkers used to tolerate him when he was just another grubby real estate hustler masquerading as a big shot. A 2-bit playboy lying his way into the tabloids, pretending to be a spokesperson for himself. He was calling it as himself for himself, to fool the press into inflating his net worth. A clown. But this city is pretty accommodating. We make room for clowns.
Yeah, look at all your Democratic leaders.
We have them all over the city. People who do crazy things in the street, we tolerate it. It's part of the city, it's part of the culture. But not a person like Trump who will eventually run the country. That does not work, and we all know that. Anyway, we make room for clowns, to each his own. But no one takes him or took him really seriously. They take him seriously now, of course. But around the country, people who didn't know him as we did started to support him. They bought into his bullshit. Trump bought their votes with outrageous lies and empty promises. He got the most religious evangelicals to applaud a sinner who bragged about sexual assault, and who, just a couple of blocks from here, a jury found him liable for sexual abuse.
Alleged.
Somehow, he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th, rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake.
Yeah, there's zero evidence that Trump instigated the January 6th incident. Review the footage. A lot of security just let them into the building and then decided as emergency after they were already in the Capitol.
That's why I needed to be involved and wanted to be involved in the new Biden-Harris ad, because it shows the violence of Trump.
First of all, who gives a shit what De Niro thinks? The Democratic Party loves to tout the celebrities. Look, this celebrity endorses me. Who cares? These people are living in their ivory towers with their high walls. They are so out of touch with reality. And the common man, who cares what they think? Who cares?
And reminds us that he'll use violence against anyone who stands in the way of his megalomania and greed. But it's a coward's violence. You think Trump ever threw a punch himself or took one? This guy who ran and hid in the White House bunker when there were protesters outside? No way. He doesn't get blood on his hands. No.
He's a 70-year-old man and he doesn't go out and fist fight protesters personally. What you talking about?
No, he doesn't. He directs the mob to do his dirty work for him by making a suggestion, an inference. And his gang grovels and follows his obvious order. It's no surprise that the murder rate and other violent crimes peaked under Trump and are falling under Biden. And now he's
Okay, but let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about inflation. Let's talk about gas prices. But comparable to Trump, Trump was doing so much better.
Promising to use our own military to attack U.S. citizens. That's the tyrant. That's the tyrant he's telling us he'll be.
To use the National Guard to help with riots, that's not attacking ourselves. That's keeping civil order. And I think it's justifiable.
And believe me, he means it. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. Now,
Ha ha! Well, guess what? He got elected, asshole. In your face!
oh, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance. And no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him by voting him out once and for all. We don't want to wake up after the election saying, what, again? My God, what the hell have we done?
Are you talking about Biden and Harris?
We can't have that happen again.
No, we can't.
Yesterday was Memorial Day. It's a good time to reflect on how Americans fought and died so that we may enjoy the freedoms guaranteed to us by a democratic government. A government that, as President Lincoln said, of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Under Trump, this kind of government will perish from the earth.
Trump's already had a term. In the 4 years in office, democracy did not disappear from the earth, you stupid asshole.
I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it.
Strange because Republicans, we want less government control and more freedoms. Yes, at the beginning of the pandemic, Trump started a lockdown, but Biden took it so much further, taking away our individual rights to work, to assemble, and basically he became a tyrant, but we can't call him that because he's the Democratic leader.
That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave.
Trying to pull Putin?
You know that. He will never leave. What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life?
Again, dumbass, he's already had 4 years in office, which he left. You know, he didn't stay in office and say, hey, come at me, I'm staying here in power like Putin has done. Yes, Trump challenges the status quo, but he's not going to stay in office past his term. I think De Niro's too used to being around other criminals, like on Epstein Island.
I hope this new ad campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind supporters of what a danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. Really. We don't have a choice. On January 6th, while Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump, in the White House, and Trump-inspired insurrectionists stormed the Capitol, brave men and women from law
That's just hearsay.
enforcement put their lives on the line to defend this country. Our democracy. They are the true heroes. These guys are the true heroes. They stood and put their lives on the line.
Yeah, so these two Capitol officers, Michael Fanone and Harry Dunn, are completely in the Biden-Harris pocket.
For these lowlives, for Trump.
They lied under oath.
They lied under oath. I love it. Pan the camera over to this guy. The big black guy, Harry Dunn, said that he was restrained by the violent mob. He was beaten, and there was chants echoed by the crowd saying, kill him with his own gun. What?
They lied under oath.
Right.
Who lied under oath? What are you telling me?
Those two traitors behind you.
Excuse me?
Those two traitors behind you.
They lied under oath?
That's right.
What are you saying?
They're traitors.
Exactly that.
They're traitors. You gotta, I don't even know how to deal with you, my friend.
No, you don't.
I don't even know how to deal with you. They stood there, they didn't have to. And there were other ones in there who probably were in with them a little bit too, and they found a way to get around. Not these guys. They stood there and fought for us, for you. For you.
Well, they weren't fighting for me.
No, they fought for you, buddy. You're able to stand right here now.
It's pretty obvious that the narrative they're trying to push is that Trump will become a dictator if he's reelected and will refuse to vacate office, which is honestly just so stupid because he's already had a term in office and he left. Anyway, what do you think of De Niro's Meltdown? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time on Conservative Vibes.